Jaylen Waddle last year, 72 receptions, 104 targets, 1,014 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Thoughts on Jaylen Waddle?
Jaylen Waddle's tough, right? Like, had a pretty solid rookie year, definitely improved upon it his sophomore season, went from wide receiver 17 to wide receiver 7, and then kind of really came crashing back down to earth last year. Now, couple couple missed games in that, right? He missed 3 games last season, but he had a couple just stinkers too. Like, he never had that blow up performance. Obviously, the touchdowns were cut in half from year 2 to year 3, going from 8 to 4. Still got over 1,000 yards, but it just it never quite seemed to click as well with him and Tua, even with Tyreek kind of slowing down the stretch, having that nagging injury and everything else. So Waddle's Waddle's a guy I'm probably passing on Waddle to go in the Mike Evans, DJ Moore route. Like, I mean, DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, right? Those guys, I'm probably taking those guys over Jaylen Waddle. Explosion is there. The big play capability is there. Yes, he's young. Yes, this offense is pretty dynamic when the running game's working, right? A lot of things off the play action, and Tua is able to feed the ball into these guys, whether it's Tyreek or Jaylen Waddle, at some regular consistency. But with where he's going, there are some other guys in this neighborhood that I would rather have as the alpha on their team than playing to the second fiddle on the Miami Dolphins.
Tyreek's crazy start to the year kind of hindered Jaylen Waddle's stats. Like, Tyreek was everything to start last year, and that, I think, did play a role in Jaylen Waddle not getting as much of his. I will agree with you though, Kevin, in that he might be a little overvalued. People might think that there's a bump back there. That bump comes back if he finds, 4 more touchdowns last year. If he finds 4 more touchdowns from last year and gets back to that 8 touchdown range with 1,000 yards, I think I would rather go Mike Evans than Jaylen Waddle. I think I'd rather go Stephon Diggs than Jaylen Waddle. And I don't have to spend as much to go get either of those two.
But again, this wasn't one of those that if you were drafting Jaylen Waddle last season, you were having to draft him at kind of that second, third round type of deal there, and for him to put up a wide receiver 3 type of finish for you, not what you were looking for out of your second or third round pick. There is the potential for some bounce back here, for sure, right? Like, some of that finish was certainly due to missing some games, missing some time there, but this is a guy that I'm not super excited to try and put on my roster, especially for a guy that's coming off the board in an early third round type of pick there. And as far as kind of your thought there is on potentially trying to do a stack with that, the only time I'd roll with that with a Tyreek, Jaylen Waddle type of stack is if I'm rolling in a best ball and really trying to target a team and target an offense, which that certainly could work, and that could be an interesting stack there. But for a redraft perspective, would not be looking to go that route. Any other thoughts on Jaylen Waddle?
It is a contract year, or at least an option year, so there is that to play into it. Just another thing to think about.
Fair enough. We do like guys on contract years.
Or option years.
Yes, very true. All right. Any other thoughts on Jaylen Waddle?